I've accidentally connected the words "I know" with the song "Bound 2" by Kanye West. I'm serious. Every time I hear the words "I know," I think of the opening to that song, because those two words are the beginning to that song. I'm almost tempted to sing it because it's beautiful. I don't know the whole thing. I only know that opening part. I know bits of the rap part, but the rap part isn't very good. The song itself isn't very good, but that big part, it's I don't know why, but it just gets me. Just randomly, I heard those words, and then I thought about that, and then I had heard them a few more times, and then I thought about that, and now every time I hear the words "I know," I have to. It just pops into my head. There's just no helping it. And that's fine, I guess. I like the more I think about doing it, the less I want to do it, the singing it. But hey, this is a new event thing. This is a special event because this event is just Elemental Hall. And I don't know why I didn't figure that out because it was called Elemental Hall exclusive, I think, for a while, and I was just I don't know. In my head I was like, maybe it's something that's like in the Elemental Hall, it'll have some special thing. But no, it's only Elemental Hall, and they give you a bunch of keys for free, and that's great. You can pay for them too if you want. And the rewards are all right. You got a bunch of hammers. I got 5 already. Second hammer, and the second hammer is great. Don't get me wrong. The art for it has alchemists looking all cute and shit. And that's great. But I don't know. It's just Elemental Hall, which personally I didn't give much of a shit about. But all is good because we just kick ass. We kick absolute ass. I have not been defeated yet with this advanced or expert team. I never fucking remember which one it's actually called. But we do. We kick ass. And that's fantastic. Yeah. I just have 4 really good teams. I think I mentioned this like a week ago or something. Where I was just like, I do not fear for anything when I go into this now with these teams. I said we were unstoppable, and we are. I have not been defeated yet. Of course, the luck can turn for the worse, and the more I talk about it, the more likely it is to happen. But I want to see them try, you know. Like that. Well, that first team there definitely had a lot of like fail safes almost. Like the one maiden in the end was a heal all and shit, and the Letta, of course, has the heal all after a certain amount of damage, and that's, you saw that activate probably, and that worked out pretty well. And then of course there was those 2 that died. They always die, and that's fine. But this team is weird as shit. This team just barely happens if it doesn't happen. Like before with this team, I would get kind of unlucky because I think I had a self upper right there, but it was like a random chance kind of thing. And if I got like none of the skills, then it wouldn't work out very well. But so far, having Halloween Vamp in there is worked out. Cosplay Vamp in there is worked out pretty well because she'll just deal a bunch of damage and shit, and that's great. Like with enough buffs, of course, she'll just kill everybody. I think just 2 buffs and then her skill does 9s. It's at like 400% or something like that. It's good. And this team is almost exactly my regular law fighting team. And while it may not look too good right now, I still... Ooh. You know what? I was going to say I still have hope, but that all of the hope just went sideways there. Well, there we go. Now we're fine. We are absolutely fine. Maybe. No, we are fine. I was right. We're completely fine. She still has 1 left, and I don't think any of these are going to be able to defeat her. We are not absolutely fine. I was wrong. You know what? She bursted already, too, didn't she? If her skill would have went off, we would have won. It didn't. But that's just because I pushed it. I wanted to see. I had to push it. I had to constantly say that we were undefeated and that we hadn't been defeated yet. And we came close, I think. We got to the middle one, and then we did, But this team is not exactly as the Law team is, because I changed the Law team a little bit since we last saw it, but I haven't even experienced using it. I switched my buffer with Letta because that team also has the regular Schwartz in the center, which has 50 plus. And as you saw earlier, the Letta using her skill with the 3 times, and all of Schwartz's skill with the 4 times, that allows Schwartz to do 9s, which is just good because that means that we're still getting an all buff. And while the buff is definitely not as good, Letta has the heal, and Letta also has the fact that both of her skills are completely auto skills, so any activations go straight to the other ones, not Letta, which is a good thing, because we want to have as many freezes as possible. You know, like sometimes it was good to get buffs because it made the other ones more likely to do more buff. But I like having more freezes. I haven't had any experience actually using that team against a Law yet, but it'll probably happen eventually. I'm sitting on my chair with my cat in my lap. She wasn't on the chair, but she was just kind of chilling around, and I was just like, I'm gonna sit in my chair and pick you up and put you in my lap. And she's relaxed and chilled now. So that's great. I'm healing anyway. There's almost no reason to. That's a heal and revive, as opposed to the other heal that I used to use quite frequently, which was just a heal. That one will revive anything that's dead, but it's only 1 activation instead of 5 activations. I don't remember what that team was, but that worked out really fucking well. But I prefer the revive thing for almost no reason. You saw before I didn't even have to use it at all. But generally these teams work really well. In a Passion Day, they would work fantastically well. That the top teams would just do a hair better. I think this is like a Dark Day or something. It doesn't matter. We're fine. This team's a little weird. This team's kind of almost like a debuff team, just because of the fucking Nagatsuki? No. Mochitsuki? No. Nagatsuki was correct, wasn't it? Mochitsuki is my salvo. Nagatsuki was correct. Nagatsuki is... I have to double check here, of course. I'm not going to do an entire episode where I just check on the name. Okay, Nagatsuki. So I was wrong and then I was right again. Also, yeah, she does have that secondary skill. And she's also very useful for the same reasons Letta is useful, in that both of her skills are auto skills, so any unleashers or whatever will go straight to her. And that's fantastic. I have not perfected my Lilith, I think Lilith. I haven't perfected her yet. Just because I don't have enough slimes or slime queens or whatever. And there's almost no way to do that with this event, because I usually level the shit out of my maidens with the archwitches, and there are no archwitches. Well, there are archwitches, but I would have to enter beginner, and then I would have to choose one of my things to be a thing. I don't know, it would probably work. I don't know. I haven't tested it out yet. I don't really care that much. I might test some things, see how weak the beginners are with the other account there. I don't know, may not though. I haven't gotten any backlash for that yet, which is great, because I guess just nobody really gave a shit. It was probably just a fun, like, oh, haha, instead of like, oh, what the hell, which is great. Some people don't take too kindly to betrayal, and I don't think that was exactly betrayal, but it was misdirection, or a little misleading, I think, when I came in and completely pretended to be somebody else. But I guess nobody gave a shit, which was great, of course. Very great. Now I know who Twin is. His Twin left a comment. Also super great. How you doing, twin? You're cool. Cool cat. Make a line. Everybody make a line. Join the chat. Yeah, pop in, say hi, whatever. Hey, cool stars. It's weird. It's weird that there are so little stars. There's only like there's two of them. There's two in the things, and there are only one star. So I get like barely any fucking things. But no, that's fine. You know. I get a bunch of these SRs, and you combine the SRs to make a thing. Another weird thing I noticed. The whole fucking the Relana's challenge, right? But Relana, you can't even obtain the Relana. You get a true will fenrir. That's intense. You know, that's powerful. You got to be in the top 100 though to get that the LR there. You have a chance of getting an LR chance ticket or something when you're in. I don't even remember what the rankings were, but they were probably, you know, they weren't the top 100. I think it may be attainable for me to get that LR chance thing. So that's maybe how I'll be able to use those fucking gems that I've been saving. But this is not gonna fucking happen. Like, I haven't even made it into 300. I'm not going to make it into 100. That's a very, very good skill. Of course, because it's an LR. That's 500 damage to all enemies. Can't move 3 turns. That the damage is higher than I think all of my damage and freeze. The freeze turns isn't higher. But it is still 3 turns. And then you have this second, the auto skill of attack and defense 100% up 3 times. I'm pretty sure that's better than my other ones, right? Because what do I have? I have a 55 5 times and a 75 4 times, and I haven't done the math, but 100 3 times, that's good. That's very good. And that's 3 turns, and then you still have this added on. Like this skill, this maiden is like my legendary team, right? Because I have that snowballer building up the attack, and then I have the other ones that are the attack and freeze to just keep it there. Oh god, it's a very good maiden, but I have no chance of attaining it, so I'm not going to worry about it. And then you have this chick who's all right, but I don't care much for her. So I've been selling all of the super rares that make her the Mortas and the Nunas. And then you have a event card. I don't understand how to get this one, but it's critical damage, and I have a weird thing just completely against critical damage now, so I don't give a shit about her. Probably sell her if I happen to cross her. I mean, she is pretty, and it is an oracle. Now that I think about it, no, I'm gonna keep that just because if I can collect, you know, oracles, perhaps I can have a team that's all oracles. Like I have enough alchemists for a team that's all alchemists. I would love a team that's all Relana. I think Relana is really cute. I like her a lot. I have no idea how to get her, though. I don't think you can get her at all this event, which is ridiculous because it's like her event. So I'm a little upset about that, if you couldn't tell. But that's fine. That's cool. I'll live, you know. I'll live with it. News on Skizark, though. I mentioned that a little bit. But I am about 3 areas away from finishing the second event map, just to give perspective on how much I've grinded today. Just because I've been only like sitting around watching Netflix. Like I finished Bob's Burgers. I didn't even fucking mention this, right? All the shit I've watched. I finished season 1 of Supergirl, and then I finished rewatching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which got a little weird because at some point it got really close to the parts where I had last rewatched all of, or where, I don't know. I think the last I watched it, it was new to me. And then I was like, I'll rewatch it from the beginning. And, you know, from the beginning, I was like, oh, I kind of remember this episode. Oh, yeah, this happened. Yeah, oh, yeah, yada, yada, yada. And then it hit a point. It hit a point where it was the last time, perhaps even within the year, where I had watched Sunny, and I was like, oh, now I know exactly what's going to happen in all of these episodes. Like, it wasn't like to the T, like word for word kind of shit like that, but I understood all of the episodes much clearer than I had the ones prior, but I still finished that, and then I finished off the season again, and I have no idea whether it's completely over or not. I hope it isn't, because I fucking love that show, but it kind of feels like it is. And that's sad. But that's done. And I finished Bob's Burgers, too. I wasn't even expecting it because I didn't really understand how many seasons that had. But I finished Bob's Burgers, and then as a replacement for Bob's Burgers, I decided to start Archer, which was a brilliant decision. Fantastic show. Because Mike had sent like a clip of it before, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And my sister's boyfriend's. I should really just start calling him by name, but if I just call him by name, then you will lose the connection already there. That's my sister's boyfriend, unless I mention it every time. Then I would have to say, his name and say that he's my sister's boyfriend, because I've already said so many things about him just being my sister's boyfriend. So now he's just that. That's who he is now. But no, he mentioned, like, he was just talking to her, and he was like, you should watch Archer, because, you like Bob's Burgers, right? And she was like, nah, I don't care. And I was like, I had already knew about Archer. I think my brother really liked it. And I was like, it's a pretty cool show, I think. So I was just like, yeah, okay, that works as a replacement. And I know why he mentioned it, because the voice for Archer himself is the voice for Bob of Bob's Burgers. I caught on to that almost immediately, of course, because I'm just good like that. And there's also, I wasn't expecting this, but another one of the characters is voiced by one of the characters from 30 Rock, which is an amazing flashback. Fucking love that show. It's Dr. Spaceman, so he's in that show, and I'm just like, this is the greatest show in the world now, because we got Dr. Spaceman and we got Bob Belcher. So now I'm watching Archer when I'm playing VC, just idly passing the time, and a bit of Frasier every now and then too. Frasier is gonna kind of replace fucking Sunny a little bit. They're very, very, very different shows. The only connection there is that they're both live action shows, and if Archer is replacing Bob's Burgers, which is animated, then Frasier is replacing Sunny. Even though Sunny had already replaced Frasier, I'm going back to Frasier because I do really enjoy Frasier. I just don't watch it very often. I'm like that with a lot of things. I feel like there's probably more shows that I'm starting and then just haven't watched in a really long time. Wilfred too. Wilfred. I like Wilfred, but I just don't watch it very often because it's weird. Wilfred is a 4-star for me. Wilfred is like, I kind of like this thing, but I kind of got to be in a mood, and it's got like this weird seriousness to it every now and then, and I'm just like, I don't know, I kind of have to, you gotta have to be in a mood, but I do like Wilfred. I do like Wilfred quite a bit. It's a very interesting show, though. So I watched a bit of that today, and that's been my day. I let the dog out, of course. He had pooped already by the time I got up there, which leads me to think that my sister hadn't let him out before she was already out, because she had only been gone for like 4 hours, and I'm like, come on. If she would have let him out, then he probably wouldn't have pooped. But he did poop, so I just, I sent him out, and I picked up the poop, threw it in the trash can, because if it's still there, she'll just blame me, and she'll say that I didn't take him out. Because even if I do take him out, and then I take him back, and then he poops, she'll still blame me. Of course that makes sense. Super cool though. When I sent him outside, I just told him to go outside because I didn't care. I didn't want to see his face. His ugly poopy face. So he went outside the trailer and then waited for me at the entrance to the trailer so that we could walk together. He's a very smart dog. He's learned that. He's learned to walk next to me because I will get very upset with him if he doesn't walk next to me, and I will make him walk blocks around the house until he's learned his lesson, and then I will let him back inside. Yes, I'm very, very good at training dogs. If I had to do a second profession, if the YouTube doesn't work out, which is massively likely, I would try to be a dog trainer guy. I think I could have a lot of fun with that. I would love to be a TV dog trainer. Just a guy that just shows up at people's houses and trains their dogs, and everything's filmed, and it's like, oh, you gotta do all this, and dogs are like this, and yada yada yada. That's been done so many times, and I don't know how I would add to anything. But I don't think I would watch anything out of that, and I would take my my understanding of dogs that I have right now, and then try to figure that out and just do it like that. My understanding of dogs, of course, comes from one psychology course, early psychology course, like Psychology 101, really simple shit, learning about, developmental things and behavioral things, and taking that understanding and a dog training book I read when I was like 12, because when we had first gotten Pepper, who I have mentioned before, who is actually the mother of one of the dogs with us now, and the dog that lives with my sister up in her trailer, who I mentioned earlier. So when we got Pepper, who we've had for, I don't even know, maybe like 7 years or something, been a very long time. I went to the library and I got a book about how to train a dog, and I learned how to train a dog, and I've known how to train a dog ever since. And that's fantastic. I don't, I'm gonna actually just sit on this page, because I don't think the encounter never goes down. If I just leave the thing, if I go to the edit unit, I can completely leave that screen. If I go back to the thing, it'll tell me all the I'm back here again. Nothing counts down though. Nothing counts down until you start either advanced, intermediate, or beginner. Once you start these, there's like a thing that's all like, it gives you like 30 minutes to do it. But from this screen, nothing counts down, and I can go back to this whenever the fuck I want, which probably will be like tomorrow or something. Because I'm just going to end this episode now, because I don't feel like refilling my battle points, because that'll just be a waste. I'll probably grind in the morning, probably not though. I don't really give a shit about this event. Yep. Take care of yourself.